All right, in this video we are going to take a look at hacking IntelliJ a little bit. What we need to do is change a setting inside of IntelliJ system registry. It's really kind of a hidden feature of IntelliJ, but it gives you access to a lot of things that the folks at JetBrains probably don't want you messing with. But in this case, we are going to override a compiler setting that's going to allow IntelliJ to dynamically compile files on save, and that's going to trigger the reload functionality that we're looking for. So personally, I'm a little bit on the lazy side because I found it annoying it being in IntelliJ and having to go in and click build each time that I wanted to trigger a reload. So I want that to happen automatically. So as I'm going in, working with the IDE and changing my class files and whatnot, I want IntelliJ automatically rebuilding the project to trigger that load, so my changes are immediately reflected on the running application. So I'm going to jump over to IntelliJ now and show you how to change that property. If you're an Eclipse user, you're all set. Don't worry about this, but this is just a minor thing that we have to do for IntelliJ.
All right, I am inside of IntelliJ. We do have the application running. You can see it running here. Going to do a refresh and resize this a little bit so we can see the IntelliJ output. So now as I refresh this, we can see that IntelliJ is in fact refreshing for us. And let's go over to IntelliJ now. And what we need to do is access the registry. So what we want to do is, if you are on a Windows machine, you will need to do Control-Shift-A. If you're on a Mac, you want to do Command-Shift-A. So Control-Shift-A for Windows, Command-Shift-A for OS X. So it's going to be Command-Shift-A for me. And you want to pre-type in registry, and then just select that off the menu. So it's going to bring up a number of different things. So we're going to go into the registry. This is the easiest way to get there. And now what you want to do is find the key compiler automake allow when app is running. Okay, so this is an important override. So I'm going to select mine here, and it's going to allow the automake to start even if the develop application is automatically running. It gives you a warning there. And clearly JetBrains doesn't want us in here changing a lot of these properties. So a lot of interesting stuff in here that we probably shouldn't be messing with. But in this case, it's important because if I come into the project settings and under build tools compiler in the Java compiler, see this build project automatically, we can select that, but because we are running, it's not going to take effect. So it's not going to rebuild the project because down here we are running it real time. So now if I make my changes, see if this triggers a refresh. That did not, but did do that. So what I'm going to do, and you probably will have to do this as well, is stop it and restart IntelliJ. I'm going to pause it while that is restarting and come back live in a minute or two here. Okay, I have restarted, and you do need to do one additional thing is come into settings and that build project automatically. You do need to select that and have that selected, and the property that we overrides this only works while running and not debugging. So this will override that. So now we can say okay, and if I come in here and change this, put a bunch of 5s there, and now when I click out of that, we can see that it is restarting. If I come over here to the web application and do a refresh, you can see that I'm getting all my 5s there. Add in some 4s just so we can see it. You can see that it restarts right away. And do a refresh. And now we can see that the 4s are being refreshed. And let's double check the template. Adding that in. And my live reload wasn't enabled, but now it is. That is not working, so see if that works. Okay, so still have to build for the template changes to take place, it looks like. So unfortunately. All right, so that actually is picking up. So I was mistaken there. So I was impatient with the reload. So if I come in here, do 333, toggle over. Sometimes IntelliJ doesn't save right away for you. Okay, I forwarded ahead a little bit, ran into some problems with how IntelliJ is behaving with the time leaf templates and finding some inconsistencies there. It might just be on the newer version of IntelliJ that I'm running. It might be OS specific, but it's a little bit flaky because I can come in and sometimes get the change right away, especially if I save out of it. See that it's changing there right away. And if I change it to something else, sometimes it doesn't come through, but you can see it's working there. I saw a couple examples where it did not work, and I had to go in and do a build project, and then every time I do a build project, it works normally. So pretty good integration. Most of the time, it seems to be working. Sometimes it's a problem. Not quite sure what's going on there. These are kind of new tools, and IntelliJ and Eclipse are definitely going to be behaving a little bit different. So just beware if that does happen to you. It might not come through right away. We can see that it did in that fact, but just a second ago it wasn't working for me. So then it kind of typical, these things are going to make you a liar. It wasn't working, then it starts working, then you think it's working, then it doesn't work. But these dev tools, they do speed up your development. Sometimes they do hiccup on you, so just be aware of that.